Hi, I'm Mark, Grand Rising family. I'm going to be giving you the news from around the country. Some good, some not so good. But I can promise that I will always give you news from our point of view. This is for us and by us. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering, I'm wearing a men's Wakanda Athletics classic short sleeve hoodie from the Wakanda collection at Actively Black. Go to activelyblack.com and get one. They're only $48. You know, we keep it black owned over here. About the news story, this one has a decent ending. Let me break it down for you. Atlanta man wins back cash seized by DEA in landmark appeals ruling. What began as a humiliating airport encounter ended with a federal appeals court victory for Brian Moore Jr., an Atlanta native who lost thousands of dollars to the DEA under the government's controversial civil forfeiture program. Back in March 2021, Moore was headed to Los Angeles to shoot a music video. He carried just over $8,000 in cash, a common practice in the music industry, where independent artists often travel with funds to cover production costs. But at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, federal agents stopped him, claiming he looked suspicious. Their reasoning? Among other things, Moore's dyed hair. Despite having committed no crime and facing no charges, Moore watched as agents confiscated his money under civil forfeiture laws, which allowed the government to take cash or property without proving wrongdoing. Refusing to let the seizure go unchallenged, Moore fought back. He hired an attorney, won the return of his money, but was left saddled with over $15,000 in legal fees. Last week, the appeals court ruled the DEA must not only return his money, but also reimburse his legal costs, marking a rare victory against the forfeiture system. I felt a little bit of justice finally, Moore told WSB-TV after the decision. The case has drawn wider attention to the DEA's airport cash seizure program, which was suspended earlier this year following public criticism. Yet civil forfeiture remains widespread, used by both federal and local law enforcement to seize millions annually from travelers, often without filing charges. Attorney Dan Albin of the Institute for Justice, who handled Moore's appeal, said the ruling exposes the perverse incentives baked into the system. Agencies directly profit from what they seize, he noted, warning that without reform, abuse will continue. Advocates argue that both state and federal lawmakers must act to rein in forfeiture practices that critics say erode civil liberties. The DEA has not responded to requests for comment,